Welcome back to another episode of Diabetes 180. My name is Bertus. I'm a physician assistant and diabetes reversal health coach. The topic we have for today is one that really gets on my nerves. It really irks me. I'm not gonna lie. The question of where do you get your protein, bro, on a plant-based diet? You know, so many people feel like when you're going vegan that you're gonna have to sacrifice your gains in the gym, your energy and your strength because vegans are somehow deficient in protein. But even more than this is the fact that people who are not vegan are worried about their protein. You know, how many times I hear, oh man, I gotta get my protein in today. You know, and then I see people downing the protein juice and the protein drinks and I've seen protein chips, protein cookies and pastries. There's protein, they add protein to all these products. So you would think that protein is something that America's deficient in. You know, like we're running out of protein. And so we got to put it in all these foods and all these items and all these drinks to get protein. I wouldn't be surprised to hear a public announcement that they put protein in our water because, you know, we're dying of protein deficiency. But the reality is that there is no such thing as protein deficiency in modernized societies. Protein deficiencies exist in countries where people are malnourished. You know, if you Google how many Americans are deficient in protein, you might find that articles that say about 3 to 7% of people are deficient in America of protein. Those are first off, that's a small number. That 3 to 7% is a very small number of people. That's usually the people who are have some kind of compromised digestive system, whether it's from condition like cancer or someone who is anorexic because they're not eating enough food. Someone who has digestive issues like IBS might be deficient in protein because guess what? They're deficient in food. They're deficient in nourishment. Does that speak to you? I mean, do you fall into that 3 to 7%? No, more likely you fall into the 97% of Americans who are getting plenty of protein in their diet. This might be surprising to hear, but the amount of protein that you need, this is based on multiple studies. If you Google how much protein do I need in my diet, you'll find a number that's very consistent. 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. So for most men and women, that's probably going to be, depending obviously on your weight, anywhere from 40 to 50, 55 grams of protein. I would say maybe, 55 grams of protein a day is probably, for most people, a good, safe amount to land on. Again, it depends on your weight. It depends on your health goals. Are you trying to build lean muscle like me? I'm 220 pounds. I'm probably a little lighter now because I'm at a cutting phase in my workout. But usually I'm at 220 pounds. So for me, 0.8 grams of kilogram per of body weight equates to 80 grams of protein a day as my goal to maintain the muscle mass that I have right now. Now, since I'm an avid workout, I'm avid in the gym. I work out about 6 days a week. I lift pretty heavy. If you've seen my videos, if you haven't, check them out. You know, I like to show off a little bit, but I lift pretty heavy, and with the goal of building lean muscle. So I try to take in even more protein than is recommended, which is okay because I know my protein is coming from plants, healthy sources of protein. And I'm going to show you real quick in a day how much protein I get, okay? And you'll see that protein is not running out of style. It's just a gimmick. It's a money-making business to sell you on a lie. You know, because if you feel like you need something bad, you're going to go buy it, right? And all they got to do is put some protein, cheap protein in these food products and you're hooked and you're buying their product. It's a money-making business, man. So let's see, as a vegan, how much protein I get in a day when particularly trying to seek high sources of protein. Now, you don't have to eat this way. You're probably not going to eat as much food as I eat, but I wanted to show real quick. I took the time and used a calculator to figure out, how much, pretty accurately how much protein I'm getting in a day. So typically in the morning, I'll eat a big bowl of oatmeal, or for lunch, depending on when I'm eating it, a pretty big bowl of oatmeal. And so for my oatmeal consists of usually raisins, almonds, or another nut like walnuts, blueberries, and soy milk, which gets me to 51 grams of protein just in that meal alone. Okay? Then usually for lunch, I'll have a whole grain like quinoa, beans, or some kind of legume like kidney beans, broccoli, maybe carrots, sweet potato. I'll try to mix up some vegetables. A lot of times that varies what vegetable is, but usually around that would get me to 33.5 grams of protein, right? So right there, I'm already at the recommended daily allowance. I could stop eating and I'll have enough protein for maintaining my musculature, okay? My muscle mass. Of course, now since I'm always trying to build up my lean muscle, and I work out a lot, I continue to eat, right? So I'll have another low-fat meal, a green smoothie, and usually peanut butter sandwich with Ezekiel bread and natural peanut butter, which will get me to 36.5 grams of protein. And if you look at that in total, that's 121 grams of protein I'm getting. Am I getting enough protein? Did you see protein shake in there? Did you see protein bar or protein cookie and protein chips or protein juice? You don't need it, because even if you're trying to, build lean muscle, even if you're trying to get stronger in the gym and you want to increase your protein intake, just eat more real food. Because as you see in, the foods I'm eating, they're all real food. Everything that is real has protein in it, okay? We're not talking about sugar or mayonnaise and butter, right? We're talking about real food. All food has protein in it. If you want to increase your protein intake, eat real food. You want to cut down on your protein intake because you feel like you get too much, then cut down on your calories. And so this is something that everyone in America and all over the world can reach. Of course, I shouldn't say all over the world, because there are places that are food deserts, right? There's places where people just don't get enough nutrition, and they may need to supplement. But that is not here in America, guys. We get plenty of. Go to the grocery store. You're worried about protein? Go to the produce aisle and get you some protein off the shelf, and stop eating all that junk and processed foods, feeding these food industries. I should say, filling their pockets, so that you could feel alleviated from the fear that they have introduced into our society, that we're not getting enough protein for their own benefit, financial benefit. So I hope this video awakens somebody, right? And you can stop asking, where am I gonna get my protein? I need to get my protein in for the day. You're fine. You get plenty of protein as long as you're eating real food, of course, in a reasonable variety. If you have questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this video. Well, beloved, I pray above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. See you next week.